Hello, how are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and today we are sorting cards for grading purposes. Now, I said in the last sorting video that we would find a remaining complete set that hasn't been finished, or we would start a new one. I could not find, I think I know where it is, but I just figured to save time, I'd start a new one, and I grabbed the 1990 baseball Bowman set. Now, it is, you can see the tape has been ripped. It is opened. It was opened and probably put in order when I was a kid. I put the advertisement back in it. It sits in the box exactly how it was. But they've already been touched by my hands when I was a kid. So I'm not going to go through the trouble of gloving up. This set has a lot of notable rookies in it. It has several worth grading rookies in it as well. So this is going to be fun for me. We're going to do it in two sets. There are 528 cards. So half of that is less than 300 cards. We usually do about 250 cards when we do one of these sets. I usually split an 800 card set into 4, so we're saying over 200 cards. Well, that'd be exactly 200 cards, but I don't split it evenly. So there are times that I do over 200. So doing about 300, less than 300 cards. Split it. Split it right about there. I can't see that. Got about that much open space and that much to do. So maybe the next time, well, let's grab a little bit more. It should be to the middle of that. Yeah, perfect. We'll do that many. The rest of it we'll save for the next video. But we're going to get a lot of cards to add to our PC. A lot of cards to add to our PC in sense of rookie, notable rookies, and then we're going to have quite a few cards as well to actually grade. They may not come in this video. It may come in the next video, but we'll see. I have the list still up here because I do want to not miss rookies that I forgot. Looks like we got the back half of the set. I did put them in order if I'm looking right. So we do have the back half of the set. It looks like we're going from about to, oh, I don't know. They're not even 260 something forward. So here we go. We got Darnell Cole. Oh, right there. Boom. Ken Griffey Jr. Let's see if we can do something about this. There we go. I'll sit here in darkness to get you a better. I've tried so many ways to make the lighting good here, but that's a nice, it's a year 2 Ken Griffey Jr. That is gradable to me. We're going to be grading that. It's in very good condition. It's a second year Griffey. I have no problem with that. Now, I'd like it to be a 10, but I think if that comes back a 9, which skinny fat, as long as it comes back a 9, I'll be okay with it. If it doesn't come back a 9, then it's a waste, but I don't mind wasting. Greg Brinley, Scott Bradley, Tino Martinez, oh, I see. There we go. All right. Tino Martinez, Jeff Russell, Nolan Ryan. Now, that one you can see there's a spot right there. So it starts off with 0 chance of getting a 10, which means that it's probably at least an 8, which means we're not going to grade it. We're going to stick it in our, I would like, if that white dot wasn't there, I'd probably send it as well, because I send the Nolan Ryans, but we're still going to stick that in our PC. We got Rob Nen, Kevin Brown. This is not a Kevin Brown rookie. Brian Bohan, Ruben Sierra. There's someone I would have collected back in the day. Pete Incavilla. And then there is a Juan Gone rookie. For now, that's a notable rookie. I don't think I'm going to grade that. But I could see me someday trying to get at least one good Juan Gone rookie graded. Steve Buechele. That was a Scott Coolidge rookie. We got a Gino Petrelli, which isn't Milo's character on Heroes. That's just there's a Rafael Palmeiro, a Julio Franco. We're into the Texans now. Gary Pettis, Donald Harris, Monty Ferris, Harold Baines, Cecil Espy, Jack Doherty, Willie Blair. That's a Doherty and a Blair rookie. David Steeb on to Blue Jays. Tom Henke, John Cerruti, Paul Kalingas, Jimmy Key. That is a John Olerud rookie. We're going to stick that as a notable rookie. And continue with Ed Sprague, Manny Lee, Fred McGriff, early Fred McGriff, Glenn Allen Hill, George Bell, Mookie Wilson, Luis Sojo, that's a rookie, Nelson Liriano, Kelly Gruber, Greg Myers, Pat Borders, Junior Felix, Ed Zosky, that too is a rookie, and Tony Fernandez, and then 3 checklists after that. Alright, so all of that is going to the team stuff. Let's grab another stack and work our way back. Starting with Gary Gaetti. We're going to pull that one for Shane, the Kent Herbeck as well. Al Newman, Danny Gladden, Paul Sorrento, Derek Parks, Scott Leasis, it's a rookie. Paul Sorrento, Derek Parks, and Scott Leasis are all rookies. There's the Kirby Puckett. We're going to keep that one. And then move on to our Yankee Overlords. 2 notable Yankee rookies in here. Let's see if we can find them. Shouldn't be too hard. Just flip through. It's not Willie Smith or Dave Righetti. Jeff Robinson, Alan Mills, Tim Leary, Pascual Perez, Alvaro Espinoza, Dave Winfield. We'll keep that one. Jesse Barfield, Randy Velarde, Steve Balboni is the Brooklyn Brawler, Mel Hall, Bob Guerin, Bernie Williams. There's the Bernie Williams rookie card. That one I think I may grade. It is in one of the best conditions so far of cards we pull, even out of these tops. I mean, even out of these completed sets, a lot of times they're not really good condition. These Bowman ones are in really decent condition, so we're going to send that. It is Bernie. He is a Yankee legend and one of my guys pre-Rays. Kevin Moss is a notable rookie for very few people, but I'm one of those few people. Mike Blowers, Steve Sachs, Donald Arthur Mattingly. Of course, that has a chance to be sent. We'll take a look. I'm gonna eventually, one day, when we're old and dying, be able to look at our board of every graded Don Mattingly card. Roberto Kelly. Now we're into the Athletics. We got Mike Moore, Reggie Harris, that's a rookie, Scott Sanderson, Dave Otto, Dave Stewart, Rick Honeycutt, Dennis Eckersley. Starting relief pitcher on my all-time team. Is he a reliever at this point, or is he still starting? Games for 89 team breakdown. I guess that's who we played against. Total games started 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. He started 0 games. Saves 33. Career totals 97. Yes. So this is shortly after he became a reliever. And he was my all-time favorite reliever. Carney Lansford, Scott Hedman, Mark McGuire. I'm going to take a second, take that McGuire, possibly get it graded. You know how we do this. The McGuire, the Nolan Ryan, those both would have been going, but Nolan is clearly not a 10. This McGuire has potential, but probably I'm going to say no eventually, but we'll see. Felix Jose. We got Terry Steinbach. Ricky Henderson. Keep that one. Henderson went back to the A's at that point. Dave Henderson. Mike Gallego. Jose Canseco. That one goes to my PC. Walt Weiss, Ken Phelps, Darren Lewis, that's a rookie, Ron Hassey. All right, we're into Seattle. Roger Selected, that's a rookie, Scott Bankhead, Keith Comstock, Randy Johnson, Eric Hansen, Mike Schuler, Gary Ave, that's a rookie, Jeffrey Leonard, Dave Val, Omar Vizcael, Pete O'Brien, Henry Cotto, Jay Buhner, Harold Reynolds, and Alvin Davis. All right. Next stack. Starting with, right off the bat, notable rookie Travis Fryman, one of my third basemen. All right, then we got Ed Romero, Lloyd Mosby, Mark Gubazar into the Royals, Brett Saberhagen, Tom Corden, Steve Farr, Kevin Appier, that's a rookie card, Storm Davis, and really kind of close to being pulled as a notable rookie, Mark Davis, Jeff Montgomery, Frank White, Brett May, Bob Boone, Jim Eisenreich, Danny Tartable, Kurt Stillwell, Bill Pecota, Bo Jackson. Now we're not gonna stick this in because you can see that it's both shifted right and down. There's zero chance that's getting it's not even getting a 9. It's not getting a 9. So we'll stick it in our notable, into our PC, but we're not going to stick it over to get graded like we normally would. Kevin Seitzer, oh, that Bob Hamlin was a rookie. Ray Palacios. We got George Brett. Gerald Perry. Teddy Higuera. We're into the Brewers. Tom Filer. Dan Plesac. Cal Aldred. That's a rookie. For some reason, I feel like rookie of the year, but he's a pitcher, so maybe not. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Jamie Navarro. Chris Bozo. Randy Verez. That's a rookie. Gary Sheffield. George Canales. That's a rookie. BJ Surhoff. Tim McIntosh. Greg Brock. Greg Vaughn. That's a rookie. We're going to take that one. Greg Vaughn is a notable rookie. Daryl Hamilton. Dave Parker. Paul Molitor. We can take that one because it's freaking Paul Molitor. Love that guy. Jim Ganter. Rob Deere. Billy Spire. Glenn Braggs. Robin Yount. Take that guy too. I think those are my favorite two Brewers of all time. Yount and Molitor. Yeah. All right, we got Rick Aguilera, Johnny Ard, Kevin Tapini, rookie, Park Pittman, rookie, Alan Anderson, Juan Berenger, Willie Banks, rookie, Rich Yett, nope, Dave West, Greg Gagne, I'll stick that up there for him, Chuck Knobloch, notable rookie, and Randy Bush. And again, that Chuck Knobloch, like the Bo Jackson, it's just shifted down and right too much. Not that I would have graded it, just saying there's no way that would get a 9 grade, even a 10, or much less a 10 grade. All right, well, let's do this small stack, and then we'll come back to that big stack over there. Sandy Alomar, Mark Lewis, and then a rookie, Carlos Baerga. That one's much better centered, but it looks like the bottom corner is a little banged up. Again, not that I would have graded it, but Chris James, bitch. That's Rick James, too. Brooke Jacoby, Keith Hernandez, Frank Tanana, Scott Aldred, that's a rookie. Mike Henneman, Steve Wapnick, that's a rookie. Greg Gore, that's a rookie. Eric Stone, that's a rookie. Brian Dubois, that's a rookie. Kevin Ritz, that's a rookie. Rico Brogna, Mike Heath, Alan Trammell, Chet Lemon, Dave Bergman, Lou Whitaker, Cecil Fielder, Milt Kyler, and Tony Phillips. All right. Now, split this last stack into 2. And we'll start at... let's split it into 2 there then. We'll start at... Bam! Bickety bam! That's funny that I cut it to exactly that card. 255. Let's go there real quick. And we will start with Cal Ripken. The great Cal Ripken. All right, then from there we've got Billy Ripken, Randy Milligan, Brady Anderson, Chris Hoyles, that's a rookie, Mike Devereaux, Phil Bradley, Lee Gomez, that's a rookie, Lee Smith, Mike Rochford, Jeff Reardon, Wes Gardner, Mike Boddicker, Roger Clemens. To the PC. Rob Murphy, Mickey Pena, which is a rookie, Tony Pena, Jody Reed, Kevin Romaine, Mike Greenwell, Mo Vaughn, notable rookie, Mo Vaughn, told you there's a bunch in this. Danny Heap, Scott Cooper, that's a rookie, Greg Blosser, that's a rookie, Dwight Evans, Ellis Burke, Wade Boggs, Marty Barrett, Kurt McCaskill, Mark Langston, Bert Blyleven, Mike Fetter, Kyle Abbott, that's a rookie, Jim Abbott, Chuck Finley, Gary DeSaracina, Dick Schofield, Devin White. All right, and the other half of that stack, and we'll be done. We got rookie Bobby Rose, Brian Downing, Lance Parrish, Jack Howell, Claudel Washington, John Orton, Wally Joyner, Lee Stevens is a rookie, Chili Davis, Johnny Ray, Greg Hibbard, Eric King, Jack McDowell, Jack McDowell has a rookie card before this, obviously. I just want to see it. There it is. And it still doesn't say rookie. He has an 88 rookie. He has 88 rookie, yep, in the regular sets. And then 89 Bowman. They don't consider it a rookie because he had rookies in his regular sets. Okay. But he even had an 89 Bowman, so clearly not a rookie. Bobby Thigpen, Adam Peterson, Scott Radinsky is a rookie. Wayne Edwards is a rookie. Melinda Perez, Robin Ventura, not a rookie though. But Sammy Sosa is. And Sammy is worth grading, especially since that's centered about as good as any of them are today. So we will send that one to be graded. Just don't know if any of these make the big board. We'll see. We'll see. Dan Pasqua, Carlton Fisk, that goes, but still haven't pulled the biggest card yet. I think we're about to get it here, or it may be like the first card we pull. Nah, we'll get it here. Ozzie Guillen, Yvonne Calderon, Daryl Boston, Craig Gerback, rookie, Scott Fletcher, Frank Thomas. Little up-down problem, probably a little left-right problem too. That's kind of sucks. But for now, we're gonna stick it as we're graded. It's freaking Frank Thomas rookie. And I'll evaluate and see if we can get that one sent or not. I'd like to think we can. Steve Lyons, Carlos Martinez, rookie, Joe Skolinski, Tam Coyote, Greg Swindell, Steve Olin, Kevin Whitgander, Doug Jones, Jeff Shaw, rookie. Kevin Burse, rookie. Deion James, Jerry Brown, Joey Albert Bell, rookie. That's notable. Felix Furman, Candy Maldonado, and Corey Snyder. All right, guys, that's half the set. And yeah, we walk away with what looks like half the set worth to go into these sorting cards. We grabbed 3 cards to give to Shano. Got quite a few for the personal collection. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 notable rookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 players that go into my PC. And then, of course, we've got 5 or 6. We got the Frank Thomas, Sammy Sosa, the Bernie Williams rookies, and then the Griffey, the McGuire, and the Mattingly for my PC that will all go to PSA depending on when I do a closer inspection and evaluation whether or not I feel they should go. But I would definitely, especially after the last couple of videos, I mean, we had one video that was pretty good and one video that was total crap. But after, that's what I'm looking for, a little more of that. So we'll pick some random lots out to sort again, and then we'll come back and finish the other half of this set. You know how we do this. Keep watching the videos, and I will see you then.